10 least corrupt countries in Europe. While some European countries struggle with corruption, others have consistently ranked among the least corrupt, thanks to their strong anti-corruption measures and high levels of transparency. Detecting corruption can be challenging, but certain indicators, such as unexplained wealth or non-monetary favours, can hint at corrupt activities. In this video, we'll explore the 10 least corrupt countries in Europe. From Switzerland to the Netherlands, these nations have implemented strict laws and constitutional reforms to maintain integrity and accountability. Let's dive in, starting with the first country on our list. 10. Austria. In Austria, corruption is primarily linked to misuse of authority and trading of influence. However, the country maintains a robust institutional and legal framework, ensuring that most corruption cases under parliamentary scrutiny lead to judicial proceedings and practical rulings. Various reports indicate that corruption is not a major concern for businesses operating in Austria. The Investment Climate Report by the US Department of State states that corruption does not significantly hinder business operations. Additionally, the Global Competitiveness Report from the World Economic Forum highlights that irregular payments and bribes are rare in areas such as imports and exports, public utilities, taxation, and public contracts. According to Transparency International's 2022 Corruption Perceptions Index, Austria ranked 20th out of 180 countries, reinforcing its strong reputation for transparency and integrity. 9. Finland. While no nation is entirely free of corruption, Finland remains one of the least corrupt countries in the world. In everyday life, citizens rarely encounter corruption, largely due to the absence of street-level corruption, such as bribing officials for essential services like healthcare. A Transparency International survey found that most Finns have never witnessed corruption involving public officials or institutions. When corruption does occur, it is typically related to state investments, political contributions, and election financing rather than day-to-day governance. In Transparency International's 2023 Corruption Perceptions Index, Finland scored 87, reinforcing its strong reputation for integrity and transparency. 8. Belgium. Belgium, like many other wealthy European nations, is making steady progress in combating corruption. Research suggests that corruption is rare and does not significantly hinder business operations. The country has a strong legal and institutional framework, with the criminal code explicitly prohibiting bribery in both public and private sectors. This includes active and passive bribery involving both national and foreign public officials. However, some areas need improvement, particularly in whistleblower protection, and allocating adequate resources for anti-corruption efforts. The real estate and construction sectors are especially vulnerable to money laundering. In Transparency International's 2023 Corruption Perceptions Index, CPI, Belgium scored 73 out of 100, reinforcing its position as a nation with relatively low corruption levels. 7. France. In Transparency International's 2023 Corruption Perceptions Index, CPI, France scored 71 out of 100, positioning it 20th among 180 countries. The CPI ranks nations on a scale from 0, highly corrupt, to 100, very clean, and France's score reflects its commitment to transparency. This ranking is unsurprising, given France's endorsement of major international anti-corruption conventions, including the OECD Convention on Combating Bribery of Foreign Public Officials and the United Nations Convention Against Corruption. For investors, corruption is rarely seen as a major obstacle to conducting business in France. Companies operating within the country generally uphold strong corporate social responsibility (CSR) standards, further reinforcing France's reputation as a transparent and business-friendly nation. 6. Germany. In Transparency International's 2023 Corruption Perceptions Index, CPI, Germany ranks 9th out of 180 countries, reinforcing its reputation as one of the least corrupt nations in Europe. The top-ranked countries in the CPY are recognised for having the most transparent public sectors. A Freedom House report applauded Germany's strong institutional framework, which plays a key role in maintaining government integrity and combating corruption. According to the Global Corruption Barometer, petty corruption is far less common in Germany compared to other European nations. Similarly, the World Economic Forum's Global Competitiveness Report highlights the low frequency of bribery and irregular payments in public services, while also noting a relatively high level of trust in the ethical conduct of politicians. 5. The Netherlands. The Dutch government prioritises the fight against corruption, maintaining high levels of integrity across key sectors such as judiciary, law enforcement, business, and politics. As a result, the Netherlands is consistently ranked among the least corrupt nations in the European Union. Over the past decade, anti-bribery regulations in the Dutch Criminal Code have been strengthened and more widely enforced. There is also growing public interest in anti-corruption efforts, particularly in high-profile investigations involving corporations, politicians, and business leaders. These efforts have proven effective. In Transparency International's 2023 Corruption Perceptions Index, CPI, the Netherlands scored 79 on a scale of 0, highly corrupt, to 100, very clean. This score secured the Netherlands an 8th place ranking out of 180 countries, reaffirming its commitment to transparency and accountability. 4. Norway. Norway is renowned for its zero-tolerance stance on corruption, boasting one of the lowest corruption levels in the world. Business transactions in the country are highly transparent, reinforcing its reputation for strong ethical governance. The Norwegian Penal Code takes a firm approach to corruption, covering active and passive bribery, influence peddling, extortion, fraud, breach of trust, and money laundering. Individuals convicted of these offences, regardless of where the act occurs, can face up to 10 years in prison. Furthermore, corporations can also be held criminally liable for corrupt activities carried out by their representatives. Facilitation payments are strictly prohibited, and the acceptance of gifts and hospitality is closely scrutinised, with legality depending on factors such as value, intent, and potential benefits. With these strict anti-corruption measures in place, it's no surprise that Norway ranks among the 10 least corrupt countries in Europe. 3. Denmark. Denmark consistently ranks among the least corrupt countries in the world, according to Transparency International's Corruption Perceptions Index. A combination of strong governance, press freedom, and transparency in public spending reinforces its reputation for integrity. The Danish public sector is widely respected for its high ethical standards. The Danish Criminal Code explicitly prohibits both active and passive bribery, as well as corruption-related offences such as the bribery of foreign public officials. Another key factor behind Denmark's low corruption levels is its strong commitment to equality. Individuals are treated the same regardless of their wealth or status. With such an impressive track record, Denmark stands as a model of good governance and transparency. Perhaps it's time for a visit to experience life in one of the world's most honest societies. But before we book our flights, let's check out the next country on our list. 2. Sweden. Sweden boasts one of the lowest corruption rates in the world, as highlighted in the 2023 Corruption Perceptions Index, CPI. Ranking 6th out of 180 nations, Sweden upholds high standards of integrity and transparency within its public sector. A key factor behind Sweden's success in combating corruption is its robust legal framework and independent judiciary, both of which ensure accountability and fairness in governance. According to the Anti-Corruption European Commission, Sweden's efficient public administration and high-quality services for citizens and businesses further contribute to its low incidence of corruption. Additionally, The special Eurobarometer on corruption ranks Sweden among the least corrupt countries in the European Union. Sounds impressive, right? But we're not done yet. The next country on our list might surprise you even more. Can you guess which nation it is? 1. Switzerland. Public administrations worldwide are inherently vulnerable to corruption, and Switzerland is no exception. As one of the most competitive economies, corruption remains a concern in both the public and private sectors. To strengthen its anti-corruption efforts, the Federal Council introduced a strategic framework for 2021 to 2024, setting clear objectives for combating corruption within the federal administration and encouraging similar initiatives across various industries. Switzerland enforces strict penalties for corruption. Active and passive bribery involving Swiss or foreign public officials can result in up to 5 years of imprisonment or heavy financial penalties. In the private sector, bribery and improper advantages can lead to 3 years of imprisonment or fines. With zero tolerance for corruption, it's no surprise that Switzerland ranks among the 10 least corrupt countries in Europe. And that's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts? Join the discussion in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.